Hello, Becker Bighorns. Mr. Banhauer here. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what I've been hearing in the media about COVID anxiety. A lot of people are saying that, gosh, this whole situation of us being quarantined and worried about our health when we go out in public is worrisome, and I feel anxious about it. A lot of people think oh my gosh, anxiety, that's a bad thing. We shouldn't have anxiety. The reality is anxiety is a healthy response to a potentially dangerous situation. Now, where it gets a little bit out of position, or if it becomes a little bit overblown, is when people start to think this is a really bad situation and I'm in horrible danger. The reality is, with this situation, most of you are at home. You're in a situation where you are safe because you're with your family. The worst thing we can do is start to imagine horrible, worse things happening that haven't happened yet. And that's one of the important keys to dealing with anxiety. So recognize, first of all, that it's a healthy response. It's a low-level fear reaction that you should have without imagining something horrible happening to you. And today, I'm going to show you some Kung Fu and show you some different ways of internal art about how you handle some of the anxiety that you might face. Stick with me. I'm going to have you practice. We're going to do some Kung Fu. Alright, to begin our Kung Fu, we're going to warm up just a little bit first. So shake your legs out just to warm them up, and then widen your stance. Pretend like you are holding a ball, almost like I'm holding the basketball on my shirt here. And I want you to sink your stance and turn and sink your stance. And just to get a stretch, you're going to feel a lot of pressure right here on the leg that's supporting your body. You're going to feel the stretch in the back leg, and that's good. That's exactly what you want. You keep your back up straight and sink your stance. Now I want you to roll the imaginary ball, turn to the center, and then turn in the opposite direction and sink your stance. Get your stance low, and it causes a little bit of strength to build up in there, and it gets your body ready for some exercise. Again, roll the ball, turn your stance all the way to the other direction, and sink it lower. Feels good. Exercise. Turn the ball, come to the center, turn the direction, and sink your stance. Breathe in deeply and enjoy the air. All right, come on up. All right, for this next exercise, I want you to put your feet about shoulder width apart and put a little bit of flexibility in your knees. So like you're sinking into the ground. You want to stand up tall with your shoulders up, almost like you're being stretched from above your head into the sky. And the first thing I want you to do is take your hands and relax your hands and your shoulders. In fact, relax all of your body all the way through. And you're going to rise and inhale deeply. As you inhale, you're going to inhale, fill your belly full of air. Just let it expand with air. So you're going to rise and inhale, and then exhale as you sink. Again. Now we're doing two things. We're taking control of our movement of our bodies, and we're also taking control of our breath. And by slowing down our breath and taking control of that, we're showing our body that there's really nothing to be worried about, that I have taken control of the situation. And the fear that I was feeling is becoming smaller and smaller and smaller because I'm resetting myself emotionally, internally, and physically through this process. So one more time, inhale and exhale as you sink. For this next exercise, I want you to widen your stance just a little bit, and you're going to wave your hands like clouds. You're going to put this hand on your hip, you're going to take your right hand and you're going to wave it in front of you and circle around. Those of you who are in dance are probably be like, oh, this is super basic. And it is. And that's the beautiful part about it, is anybody can do these motions and movements, and you don't need a whole lot of space. So again, as you rise, you inhale, and then exhale as you drop down. So inhale, rise and hold your breath at the top, and then exhale as you sink. Switch hands. So you start again, you come across low and high as you come across to the outside. So inside cross, inhale, and then exhale as you sink. Now you're going to use both hands to do the same exercise. So once this hand is clear out to the side, that's when you involve your other hand. And because this hand is on its way down, this one is on its way up. So it's going to rise up and sink. And you're going to kind of rotate at the waist with this motion. And this is waving hands like clouds. And if you want, you can scoop the air as you bring it in. And again, controlled breathing. So I'm inhaling deeply and exhaling slowly, so I get the full range of my breathing opportunities. Okay, the goal of my taking these motions is twofold. Number one is I'm taking control of my breathing. I'm resetting myself by breathing slowly, bringing in a slow, deep breath and exhaling slowly in a controlled fashion. Also, I'm taking control of my body movement. Therefore, my heart rate is a little more controlled. It's a little more calm to kind of match the slow, genuine movements of my body. And I'm taking control of both of those things in an effort or a strategy to show the anxiety that I might be feeling that there's really nothing to worry about, that I'm in control of the situation that's going on around me and that it's going to work out okay. Which is true, because this COVID virus that we've all been dealing with, we're going to get through this and we're going to come out of this feeling stronger than we were before, and you'll have stories to tell your families when you become an old man like I am. So thank you all, Becker Bighorns, for joining me for today's Kung Fu.